So what do you think it means to be a man?
Facial hair. Being outdoorsy and athletic, and that's all I got right now.
I think what it means to be a man is that you need to stand by your word. Part of being a man is learning wisdom and discernment, so that way you can stand by your word, that when you give your word, you know what it's going to take to honor that. Being a man is, if you're become a husband, that you stand by your family, that your family is first and foremost important, especially with your children. I believe that being a man is probably an extremely difficult thing to be.
To be a role model for your children.
To me, a man is just someone who knows when to show restraint and who also knows when to exert, I guess his manliness is kind of a weird way to put it. But you know, a man is someone that definitely has courage and is definitely a strong, not necessarily a leader, but I think they should have leadership qualities in order to be a real man, or to be a man.
It's hard. It's hard to describe in one word or in a few sentences, or in a few words. Integrity. Somebody who's honest, even when it's not popular to be.
You're doing what you got to do for your family in the right way. You're working. You got a job. You're supporting. You're spending time with your wife. You're spending time with your kids. You get home, even though you're tired. You get on the floor and you wrestle with your son, and you have a little tea party with your daughter. Men are the ones who aren't timid, who will step up and say the things that need to be said in a way that's encouraging. They don't sit back and just let stuff happen.
I think humility is a big part of being a man.
He just has to be like a genuinely nice guy.
Real men wear pink.
I think a man is someone who loves the Lord with all his heart, all his soul, and all his mind, and has integrity.
Good.
I think to be a true man, not like the world sees it, but as God sees it, means to put God first above all else, put your wife second, and your family, and put yourself last. To be a good service to your community and your family, and to always grow, always seek to be better, to be more like God wants you to be.
Honestly, it's to put others before you. It's not about pride, it's not about strength, it's not about, being the machoest guy for all the girls. To be a man, in my opinion, is at least put your life before others and make sure their happiness is more important than yours. That's what I think is to be a man.
It means moving out of your parents' house and not just playing video games in your underwear all day. All those college men graduate and still live at home with their parents. Yeah, it means growing up. I think just because you shave doesn't necessarily make you a man. Sometimes you're just a boy who can shave. But it means taking responsibility for your choices, asking for forgiveness quickly when you need to, standing for what's right when it calls for you to do that. So it's somebody who loves well, who is, I think, maybe tough and tender, who can walk that balance. And that's a big response. Man, looking at myself, I'm like, am I that? That's a lot. But I think that's right. I think that's right.